We're here once again with our appraiser extraordinaire, Donald Osborne, and 3 dream concept cars. 1 I'm familiar with, 2 I've never heard of, and a pair of pants I have never seen before in my life.
Well, Jay, it's all about living the dream. And I mean, with a pair of pants like this, how can you not?
What are these 3 vehicles?
We've got the 1955 Mercury D-528. We've got the 1962 Ford Mustang experimental sports car, and the 1953 Dodge Z250 Storm.
Why don't we start with the Mercury? My God, that's a huge car.
You look at this design and you see it's really free of any sort of extra ornamentation.
Right.
This is really about form. And this is a very interesting car for Mercury. It explored a number of very advanced design principles. It pioneered the reverse angled window, which actually went down
And that went
for
into
ventilation.
production.
Went into production in the 1960s in the Mercury, the famous breezeway window. And the rear of the car features these 2 hatches. On this side is the spare tire, on the other side is the fuel tank. This is the kind of car that you saw on the cover of Popular Mechanics.
Right. Coming in 2 years. They'd always have
Exactly.
those. Yeah. Let's move on to our second car. This is the car that did it for me. 1962 experimental Mustang. The only other sports car was the Corvette at the time, and Ford had nothing to compete with Corvette. And this came along. It was really unique, had a V4 engine from the German Ford, the Taunus.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Nobody had a V4 in 62. Everybody's thinking giant motors, whereas it was light, it was nimble, and it was really a good-looking car.
This was retroactively named the Mustang I
Right.
when the Mustang II came out, which is much
Right.
closer to the actual production Mustang, which was released in 1964. But it is fascinating to look at this car, Jay, because it is so incredibly European in flair.
It was really a breakthrough car. I mean, I was a little kid when I saw this, and it would just knock my socks off.
Made every magazine cover when it was new, and it was also a great head fake for Ford because people were convinced that this was going to be Ford's Corvette fighter, and General Motors was really nervous about it.
Right, right. And this comes from the Henry Ford in Detroit, the museum there, which is just the most incredible museum. They have everything, steam engines, all these kind of vehicles. It's nice of them to lend it to us. We certainly appreciate it. Well, let's move on to the last car here.
The 1953 Dodge Z250 Storm. This is a car bodied by Carrozzeria Bertone of Italy, but made and designed by Zeder, who was the head of the Chrysler engineering team. And this was an idea also, again, for a Corvette fighter. You'd have this very high-performance luxury GT coupe with a body that you could actually detach and put a lighter weight body on to go racing. The V8 engine came from the Dodge truck of the period. So it was really meant to be a very high-performance car. Unfortunately, like many of these concepts, it was not followed through for production, which is quite a shame.
Now, this one comes to us from the Peterson.
From the Peterson Museum, this one and the Mercury D-528.
See, I can't always get to Detroit to go to the Henry Ford, but I go 5 miles here in downtown LA, and you see all these incredible cars on display, and we thank them for lending us these cars as well.
Obviously, these are one-of-a-kind dream cars. There is a very, very, very big market enthusiasm for one-off concept cars when they become available. So, which of these 3 cars has appreciated the most in the last 5 years?
This is the one that does it for me. This started a legacy. This started a line. There is no Storm. There is no whatever the name of that is. This started a name. The emblem on the front still stands today. Every Mustang owner has a connection with this car. I would say this is more valuable than these 2 put together.
So, you're riding with the Mustang.
Riding with a Mustang. All right, Donald, we have 3 dream cars. Which of these vehicles has appreciated the most?
Well, Jay, the D-528.
Right.
5 years ago, a car like this might have cost about $450,000. Today, about $850,000.
Okay.
The Dodge Storm Z250 would have been worth rather less 5 years ago because it wasn't that unusual. So probably about $250,000 would have bought it. Today, however, because of its similarities to contemporary Ferraris of the period and the fact that it's a very usable, drivable performance car, today this would be worth about $950,000.
Okay.
The Mustang. 5 years ago, it might have brought about $2.8 million. Today, it would certainly command $4 million.
So that makes this the winner?
You were right in that this car, the Mustang, is worth what those 2 are combined plus.
Right.
But the appreciation sweepstakes winner is the Dodge Z250 Storm.
Yes, but I have normal pants on.
Well, Jay, living the dream is all about style.
Hey, CNBC fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Here you'll find videos from all your favorite CNBC shows. Be sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Click on the videos around me and watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.